Welcome to another fun episode of Dude, I Love or Hate My New Ride. And today it's all about this, the brand new 2020 GMC Sierra HD AT4. In this video series, we give you information from the real owners on their purchasing decisions, buying experience, why they chose a truck or car, and you'll get to learn everything from the real world. And in order to do this, I need Kevin, the owner of this GMC. Kevin, thanks for coming out.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here, Andre.
Thanks. So, start off with me. How come you chose a 2020 GMC Heavy Duty?
For me, any vehicle I purchase is about the vehicle fitting the purpose that I need it for. And for this, it was about the towing capability, the amount of payload that the truck had, and the ride quality. I've done off-road stuff in a Jeep, in my F-150 that I traded in for this.
Okay.
But now my wife and I, we really want to be traveling around the Mountain West, and we pull a camper. And my F-150 was not going to do it because we were looking for a larger camper.
Okay.
And when my wife and I and our dogs and my tools and the generator get put in the truck,
Yeah.
and towing the size camper we think we're going to get, some of the current 2019 models were getting close to the limit of what they are designed from the factory to do.
Yeah, because most of these 3/4 ton trucks, right? This is a 2500, for
Yeah.
example. They used to be limited to about 10,000 gross vehicle weight, right?
Yes.
10,000 pounds. But like you were saying, you already have a luxurious truck, and after you put everything into it, you're kind of running out of payload capability, right?
Right. This truck, the way that it's set up, with the 11,300 pound gross weight option, has 3,000 pounds of payload. It's a little overkill, but I'd rather have a little overkill than be in a situation where having just enough truck can lead to difficulty in handling.
So let's kind of walk around the truck a little bit more. Can you pop the hood? Because this is a diesel. The engine is actually the 6.6 liter Duramax, which is actually the same as previous gen truck with a rating of 445 horsepower and 910 pound-feet of torque. But you have a brand new transmission here. It's a 10-speed,
Yes.
right? The Allison transmission. So this is an AT4. So this is their off-road package, right? So Ford has their FX4s, right? And Ram has an off-road package as well. So you said you wanted a little bit more off-roading capability still?
Still,
I mean, yeah.
I mean, the AT4 is as much an appearance package as it is a performance package.
So still getting the capability to go off the beaten path, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm not doing any hardcore off-roading. I'm not interested so much in that anymore.
Like you said, part of it is appearance, right? So
Yes.
you've got kind of the tow hooks in the front, but now you're getting into the suspension and tires. This is our Goodyear Wrangler tires.
Yeah.
And you got Rancher shocks.
This is not a hardcore off-road truck. It's not a power wagon.
Right.
And it's unlikely to be in the same class as the Tremor when it comes out.
Yeah.
And I wasn't looking for that.
Okay.
My wife has a bad back, and so we need something that rides a little nicer.
A little bit nicer. Now, what do you think about this tailgate? Do you like it, hate it? What's going on?
I like it. It's a little funky, but it works.
Okay.
One of the features that I really like is the top comes down independently of the rest of the tailgate. And when I want to put groceries or go to the hardware store, put stuff in here, I can without having to drop the whole tailgate, because sometimes you can't always drop the tailgate. I back into a parking space, and sometimes people pull in very close to the truck.
Yeah.
Could I live without it? Yes. It comes with the truck, so I'm going to use it, and I actually kind of like it. Drops like a regular tailgate. And I can still put an 8-foot sheet of plywood
Up to here.
in the back, yes.
And I like how you put a piece of, 2x6 to kind of not have things roll around here.
Correct.
Did you add this tonneau cover yourself?
Yeah, this is aftermarket.
Okay.
Some of the tonneau covers, they come out too far and they cover the stake pockets.
Okay.
I haven't put the tie downs in yet, but those are coming.
Right, and you have a lot of tie downs actually on both sides. You have 3 on each corner.
Yes. And one of the things that I liked about this truck, this and the Chevy,
Yep.
is how the bed is designed. It's designed to be a usable bed, more so than the others.
All right, Kevin, but what about the hitch and towing, right? You can't quite use this down position.
No, you need a 6-inch drop hitch in order to clear the top of the tailgate. Even with the tailgate up, you have side steps. It's fairly easy to get up.
From the side, bumper
From the
steps,
sides.
Yeah. Now tell me about this.
This is new, I believe, for 2020.
Yeah.
It really helps getting into the front of the bed. It's easy enough just to step up, and I can get in, and I can reach almost halfway across the bed. One of the things that GM did do for this body line was drop the height of the bed
Just
by,
a little
by,
bit, yeah.
by 2 or 3 inches. You still have to be fairly tall to reach, or have long arms like Tommy. This feels incredibly secure. I'm almost 300 pounds, and that feels like it can hold 2 of me. When I step on the running board, it feels solid. Everything feels very solid about the truck. And even closing the door is a solid thunk.
This truck is also technology laden.
Yes.
And I'll ask you a little bit more about kind of the dealership experience, but maybe we can demonstrate some of this because you got lots of cameras here. Let me show you just a couple things. So this new GM truck also has inputs for trailer cams. So you actually put a camera either on the back of your trailer or inside the trailer. And like if you're carrying like a racing car or maybe some livestock, if you want to check it out inside the trailer. And they also have that see-through
which is really
transparent trailer thing. Have you tried that yet?
Yes, I did.
So it's a wired camera. I mean,
it's a wired camera.
Yeah.
As a 45-foot wire. If you have a large 50-foot fifth wheel, you're out of luck.
Yeah.
But it's really nice being able to see who's behind you and how far back they are.
That's nice.
There are like 15 different camera modes. I'm still learning. There's a front mode. You can see Andre, and has the lines. This is nice if you have to maneuver forward. And you have a back mode, and of course the overhead. You can see Andre in the back. This shows what everything looks like from a virtual front position. And you can see the camera cutouts. This is one of my more favorite modes, and it looks down the sides. And this is really handy in tight areas like my garage, or in some parking lots where they make the lines a little bit closer. You can see down both sides at the same time. There's a bed camera and trailer hitch. You can have straight line, or you can have these guidelines that turn. And for the front view, it shows you virtually where your tires are going to go.
That's good for off-roading too. Show the mirror too. I'll go in the back.
As part of the technology package, you get high definition rear camera mirror, and as you can see, you get a nice clear view of Andre. I find this useful at night because I can see a wider view and less glare. The mirrors are, you can fold them. They extend for towing. It's very convenient. And one of the things I like are these convex mirrors on the bottom. So it gives you a wider field of view.
We have to talk about pricing a little bit. Did you get a deal? Are there discounts on this, or how's it going?
There are no discounts from General Motors right now on these trucks. I checked through Costco, and you can get deals. You can get, if you're looking for a Denali, either gas or diesel, or a base Sierra gas or diesel, there are good deals to be had. These trucks retail in the upper 70s for the SLT, AT4, and Denali trim.
So what was this, like MSRP sticker price?
About 77. That's out the door. Because it wasn't a deal, the dealer worked with me. They gave me a little more for my trade-in.
Okay.
And they gave me some money off, so I paid in mid-70,000s.
Okay.
But the only thing that's missing from this truck
Yeah.
is adaptive cruise control.
Right. Have you experienced it in other vehicles, or do you like it?
I like it quite a bit. When I had a 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee, it came in handy driving around in Denver area traffic.
Yeah, so it kind of spaces you out, maybe relaxes you a little bit.
It has all the warning features that would go with the adaptive cruise control.
Right.
The 1500 has it.
This big 6.6 liter is currently running and it's actually relatively quiet for a big heavy-duty truck. And inside here, I think you saw that, it has grille shutters to improve aerodynamics. This is a very high-tech truck, and it's also a very gigantic heavy-duty truck. Yeah, so tell me about the power, like some things you like and maybe something you don't like or wish would be different?
In my F-150 that I traded in, it had the 3.5 EcoBoost.
Okay.
And when the truck was empty, yeah, I could beat BMWs and Audis from the stoplight.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't going to happen. It feels the same towing my trailer as it does towing nothing.
Okay.
The power is good, perfectly satisfied with 910 pound-feet of torque. I spent a lot of time reading the specs of the trucks. I got the AT4 because I think it looks better than the Denali and the SLT. I'm not a chrome guy.
I agree.
It doesn't ride like it's an 8,300 pound truck, and the curb weight on this is right around 8,300 pounds. It was the utility that I wanted. It was the main driver. One of the things that I found as kind of a surprise, that I've owned a diesel vehicle before, is the fact that it has a fuel cap, which I like, and it has an opening for a rapid fill nozzle. When we're camping and I need to fill up, I go to the same nozzles that the big trucks do.
Yeah, the semi-islands. Yeah.
Instead of taking 3 minutes to fill up, it takes about 1.5 minutes. And also at the rapid fill islands is where they have the DEF
islands, yeah.
You don't get these at the consumer level.
Well, you can buy a
islands.
2-gallon jug and then you're standing there with a big jug. Yeah.
Right now I'm averaging about 15.2, but the engine's only it's new. It's got less than 1,500 miles on it, and that's mixed highway, city, and towing. Towing it drops quite a bit, especially when it gets windy in southern Colorado.
Yeah.
One of the things that I did notice on the instantaneous fuel gauge, when I was on steady state on the highway, I was getting 22, 23 miles per gallon on the reading. And even if that's a little ambitious, it's still getting into the 20s. That's unloaded.
For a big truck.
Yeah.
How's the visibility? How's the interior?
The visibility is actually pretty good.
Okay.
And I like it better than my Ford. And when I look around, I mean, there are the A-pillars nowadays are blind spots, and these mirrors are blind spots. So you still have to
watch
look
out,
around.
be careful. Yeah.
But when I look around and when I look behind and everything in the driver's seat, there's really good visibility. The cameras are very helpful. My garage, like most suburban garages, can be a little tight, so I have to fold the mirrors in when I back in. And it's nice to be able to use the view down the sides as I back in.
Right by the side, yeah.
I can see really well out all the glass. They did a very nice job with the saloon.
Have you used the heads-up display yet?
Yes, the heads-up display I find quite useful, especially in traffic. I have it mostly set just for speed, but it also shows what the speed limit is, and it's pretty accurate. You can adjust it up and down depending on your seating position. You can adjust the brightness. The mode I'm in right now, if I use the built-in nav, it shows you the
little direction or whatever?
Yep. The only issue with it is if you wear polarized sunglasses.
So is it fair to say that you love your new ride?
Yes. As much as I love any vehicle.
Yeah.
Yes, I really do. I think they've done a very good job with this. I said before, this is my first GM product. I've never been impressed with a GM product before.
Is there anything you would change about this truck?
The price.
The price.
These trucks are incredibly expensive now. I mean, granted, they're rolling computers, and you couldn't get the power and some of the features without all the technology. The trucks of 30 years ago, when I was a young man, really can't hold a candle to this.
And plus all the luxury features too. I mean, you got heated and cooled seats, you got heads-up display, you have some fun stuff, but also a lot of usable stuff too.
A lot of the technology in these trucks is super usable now, where 10 years ago, 12 years ago, when they first started coming out with some of this, it really wasn't that usable. GM did a really nice job in designing the truck. I wish they could have designed it $20,000 cheaper.
Well, maybe eventually we'll get there, right?
Eventually.
So you would do this again if you if you went back, a couple of months, you'd probably make the same decision?
Yeah.
And guys, go back to tfltruck.com for more news, views, and real-world reviews. And of course, a lot more episodes like this where we get information from the real guys, real owners. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Andre.